so many years since that fateful night, Princess. To see you alive and well, you cannot imagine how much. But should you choose to continue to side with the child of darkness, you...
Look, I know how you feel about duty, Hendrik. How could I forget? You don't... Please, you have to...
You would ask a sworn knight of Heliodor to disobey the orders of his king?
Not long enough for the years to have changed you. Still loyal to a fault. I wish it didn't have to come to... But it has.
Impressive, Princess. A spirited young girl of old.
Oh, please. I'm not a child anymore. It'll take more than a pat on...
And what will it take to convince you that I am deadly serious? That if you stand on the side of the Darkspawn, I will have no choice but to destroy you. Princess.
I'm sorry. Get on. Now hold on tight.
Princess, what a...
There you...
Just about. No thanks to Hendrik and his men.
So it was old Hendrik, was it? I thought it might be. Well, if even he's out for your blood, the forces of evil must have a stronger hold in Heliodor than ever. It wouldn't be the first time a once glorious kingdom had been brought low by monster. Many years ago, a dastardly fiend destroyed an entire... Wardagan. His story is all but forgotten these days. I had to tramp halfway around. But the more I find out about him, the more I'm convinced he's the one behind all this. Dundrasil, the troubles in Heliodor. Which is why you're going to have to stop him, laddie. The fate of the whole world. You're the luminary, after all. You were born to defeat the Dark One, but you'd be more than foolish to face him unprepared.
Then we must make our way to Yggdrasil as soon as we can. The legends of Arborea tell of a means of fighting the darkness. Veronica, that must be why we're supposed to take him there, mustn't it?
Here you are, laddie. It's yours at last. You'll be needing it if you're to make your way to... If anyone can get this old stick to show us the way, it's you.
Well, can you...
Don't tell me it's a dud! If that Noah sent us on a wild goose chase, I'll He could have told us it didn't work before we wait...
Now, let's not jump to conclusions. Why don't Jade and I join you, and we'll see if we can't make our way a bit closer to Ink. We'll not give yous any bother.
branch. It's...
Oh, darlings, did you see it? It was so pretty.
A sort of platform floating in the sky. Oh, I think I understand. We need to find the orbs and take them to the platform.
Maybe trekking halfway around the world to find that branch wasn't such a waste of time after all. And we've already got one of the orbs we need, too. I knew swiping this thing from the castle. I had my own plans for it. But this is way more important. It's yours now. Just don't lose it, okay?
Our prize from the tournament. Lucky we didn't sell it in the end, eh?
Aye. And there I was, all set to swap it for a few piffling trinkets for the road. It's yours now, though, laddie. Now, it looked like that platform we saw was located right under Yggdrasil. That means it must be somewhere deep inside the first forest. So, we know where we have to go. We just need to find the other 4 orbs first.
But where in the world would we even begin to look? Orbs. Oh, I do remember a fairy tale about a giant pearl sinking to the bottom of the ocean. Can't remember the details, though.
Well, if we don't have any real clues, I guess we'll just have to head out into the world and find some.
You're not wrong there. In which case, let's head for Puerto Valor. We can get out into the open ocean from there. A fairly straightforward voyage, if you ask. And you'll be pleased to hear that I'm friends with Don Rodrigo, the big man over that way. I'm sure he'll open the sea gates for... Right then, let's get moving, shall we? The sooner we get our hands on those orbs, the sooner we can make our way up to it.
That was easy.
Another one bites.
Okay, darlings, house.
What came?
Don Rodriguez. Oh, and as far as he...
Wonderful to see you after
Good to see you looking so well, Cervantes. Now, I don't suppose Don Rodrigo's...
Lo siento, señor, so sorry. But I am afraid he has gone to Eliador. He's in...
Ah, now that's a shame. I do so love our wee chats about...
Don Rodrigo will be sorry to have missed you too, senor. He often speaks of your visits very fondly.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a chance for a proper chin wag. I was hoping to head out...
It will be my pleasure, Senor Roberto. Can you imagine how angry Don Rodrigo would be if I refuse? I will open them right away. If you go on board your ship, you will be able to sail straight to...
You're a good man, Cervantes. Thanks a million. And give my regards to Don Rodrigo.
Score one for the good guys. Where did all this horrible fog come from? I can't...
Hey, Sylv, what's going on?
I'm truly mystified. But whatever it is, I don't like it. Steering hard to stop...
The mists are clearing. I can...
Where in the...
What a strange place. It's almost like being in...
Oh, darling, is it really you? My dearest darling Kai? Oh. Oh. Hey! What do you think you're playing at? Hold on. That's strange. You didn't scream or try to catch me in a net. You're different. My name's Michelle. I'm sorry if I gave you all a frighted. It's just... Wow. I can't believe I'm talking. He's a tender-hearted fisherman from Honolulu Bay. He promised your wedding day. At first I was the same. I thought we'd never be together. Forever. But when I told my Kai I couldn't come to live with him, he said, in that case, Shell, you better teach me how. And so I got the blessing of the Queen beneath the sea. He's going to come to Nautica and
Oh, that's wonderful.
But he's supposed to meet me here so we can be together. I know he'd never break his word. He's not that sort of person. But the longer... I know it's rude to ask. So you're from the bottom of the sea, where the giant pearl from... Aha! How about this? If we go and check on your fiancé... To pay for such a kindness, it's the least...
If anyone knows the truth about this giant pearl, it's the Queen of the Sea. If it leads us to another one of the
Thank you, thank you. I'll mark the village on your map. It's to the east of Hotto. A beautiful blue... My Kaiser... Oh, now I'm all embarrassed. Don't tell him what I said.
A seaside paradise that shelter.
Pearl!
Bright blue waves, pure. Although it does seem a little less promising than I.
Something's not right here. Still, it's not our problem.
attention. The curse of a crafty creature with a face of... Once upon a time, a master fisherman lived in Honolulu. He called... The mayor of Honolulu, the big kahuna, was very fond of this fisherman. The fisherman and the kahuna's daughter agreed to be married until the day of the storm. As he sank through the water, he saw the pearls he had gathered shining like stars all around him. But instead, he met her, a mermaid more beautiful than... I will give you your life if you give me your soul. Many days passed, and the fisherman did not return. The people of the village thought him dead and held a funeral for him. But just as they were beginning to sing his soul into the next world, he appeared, The kahuna's daughter was overjoyed to have her beloved home and stayed by his bedside night and day. But the fisherman was no longer the man she knew. Then one day, he threw his fiancée. He banished the fisherman from the village and burned. And so, the man who was once the pride of Honolulu. That's all for today, children. Mermaids are scary! Aloha, friends. Is there anything...
Maybe. We're looking for a fisherman called Kai.
Oh, my! What a coincidence! I'm afraid he's not here at the moment. All the men have sailed west. If you want to hurry things along, maybe you could go lend a hand. Once that monster's dealt with, they'll all come back to the... But be wary, friends. That squid isn't the only danger out on the seas. Don't let a crafty mermaid make you all...
Must be the gallant squid hunters. Yoo-hoo! They look like they're saying something, but I can't... Above you! Above you? Look out! Up!
Whoever you, but I can sure feed you enough. Get ready to...
Where do you think you're going? You're off to look for Kai, aren't you? Well, I'm coming with you. Oh, hello, Veronica.
Those stupid fishermen said the party was only for grown-ups, so they couldn't let anyway. You're going to look for Kai, aren't you?
Sorry, but I'm not the man from your story. You must have me mixed up with somebody.
Don't give us that nonsense. We know you're the only... If you never meant to marry that poor mermaid, you should...
Hey, go easy on the accusations, will you? People here got no love for mermaids. If they think I do, I'll be in The Kai you're looking for is my grandfather, Kainoa. I take it you've heard the tale of the mermaid's curse?
Yes, your mother told us all about it. But I can't see what an old fairy tale has to do with anything.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not a fairy tale, it's true. The fisherman from the story? It all happened 50 years ago. And it happened just like my mom. 10 years after Grandpa got chased out of the village, the kahuna's daughter, Leilani, she married another man. And they... After the baby came, the people started to forget about Kainoa and the curse the mermaid put on him. Another great storm struck, even more violent than the one that sent my grandfather to... The kahuna's boat went down, and him and his daughter's new husband went with it. The men who survived went to break the news to Leilani, but when they got there, her and the baby, they were nowhere to be. The villagers said it was the mermaid's revenge, that she took all 4 of them because she... So they lit torches and they marched to Saikiki Beach to When they threw open the door of his hut, they couldn't believe what they... He'd been living all alone for the last 10 years, but there he was with a baby in his arms. And the baby, it was dripping with water. They ran off screaming, talking about how he must have had a kid with the mermaid. And that was the last time anyone...
Wait, but that baby must have been your mother, which would mean she was... Huh?
Cooley, don't even say it. My mother is a human being. My grandpa found her abandoned on the beach and raised her as his own. He never had a kid with a mermaid. That's just a stupid rumor made up by a bunch of superstitious fishermen. If that mermaid really is still out there somewhere waiting for Grandpa, there's something I want you to give her. Meet me on Saikiki Beach. It's on the other side of the cape. You can get there through the chapel at the back of the village. I'll leave the door unlocked. This veil was my tutu's. Ma said when she found him after he died, he was just lying there holding on. Guess there was a reason I never threw it away. If you really know where to find that mermaid, look, I'm sorry if I was kinda short with you back there, but it hasn't. After Grandpa died, they let her go back to the village and marry a local guy. But it didn't stop folks talking. But she rose above it, turned it into that story show of hers. And now that's how... I hate that mermaid for what she's put us through. And I don't want my kids to suffer like we... The kahuna's finally letting me sail with the other men. Why have you brought me here?
That voice! It's music to my ears. I feel like I could cry. Oh, darling, tell me, is it you? My one and only Kai?
Yeah, I'm Kai. Do I know you? What?
Oh, silly me. I'm always far too quick to jump for joy. You don't know me. I don't know you.
No, I'm not. The man you...
My darling Kai. My one true love. The one that Oh, how could I forget all mermaids live 500 years? Quick as a flash, without Kai, hours seem to pass too slowly to be true. But now I see cruel time is flowing. Thanks for finding Kai for me. You've been a proper friend. To trace my love across the sea. I said I would reward you, and I mean to pay that debt. You'll find your prize upon the selfsame island where we met. I'm sorry I can't come along and see you on your way. foot on land will perish in the brine. But that's all right. I got to meet... If I had been a human, or if he had been... But I'm a mermaid. He's a man.
What's this? Hello?
This is Grandpa's hand. Dearest beloved, ever since you saved me on the day of the great storm, the dream of one day being reunited with you, but now I fear that dream is over. Forgive me. Some years after my boat was burned and I was exiled to this beach, the fishing fleet was hit by another great storm, and many people lost their lives. The kahuna and his daughter Leilani's husband were among them. One night, not long afterward, I saw a woman standing on the cliffs. She had a baby in her arms. It was Leilani. With her father and husband gone, she had lost all hope and all reason. I called out to her before my disbelieving eyes. She threw herself. I tried to save them.
You're sure you're fine to row back home? You're not in any pain? I wish you'd let me keep you.
Don't worry about me, Michelle. You fixed me up real good. I'm fitter.
Kai, I know you've got to go. There's things you have to do.
It's all mine. I'm sorry. I can't just be thinking of myself anymore. The villagers say you put a curse on me, but it's only because they don't understand. They don't want what happened to me to... You have to forgive them. They don't know you like I do. They don't know you at all. I sometimes wonder if you're still sitting there. But it's too late for me now. I love you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so hard on you. All this time, I hated that mermaid for what she did to my grandfather. But now I see how he really felt.